Okay, so this is a skull candle working for a client, and I've used a blue skull candle, and that is because blue for healing. So in this instance, we want healing of the relationship, and I'm also using a little chicken heart that I have uh, placed in some healing oil and some sugar. That is to promote the heart healing as well as the mind healing. So I like to double these two things up because I think it works a lot better that way. So we want forgiveness, and we want this target to accept the client back into his life again, and to forgive her for everything that happened in the past. So this skull candle, I have put healing oil on it. I have put forgiveness oil on it, and I put some cinnamon powder and a little bit of sugar, not too much because it affects the burning. A little bit of honey, not too much again. And I've anointed that little heart in the same sort of oils as well, I should say. Road opener as well, just to bulldoze those blockages out of the way. And yeah, a powder to make him think about her. And you need some incense, or you need a cigarette or a cigar when you're working the skull candle, in my opinion, of course. That is because we want the smoke to camouflage this work that is being done. In case this person decides to go for a reading and the reading reveals that there's being some sort of magic done on him. And so we don't want that to happen. So that's why we use incense in this case. So what I've done is I put his name on the candle, and I like to place her name on the forehead to put her on the mind of him. But the candle is baptized, and I will do a video on how I do that later down the line. But it has to be baptized in the target's name, because otherwise there's no connection to anything. Do you know what I mean? So, and also I turned the candle upside down, and let me see if I've got a candle I could show you. The base of the candle here, I put a little hole in it, dug a hole in, and put a tiny little picture of him in there and sealed it up. So it's just to let you know that's what I've done. But yeah, it's been lit for a while now. I have been working at previously. I thought I'd just show the video tonight, just so that you know what I'm doing. And when I'm done with this, I will gather the wax, the candle, and the little heart, place it in either a white bag or a little red bag. Pink is fine too. And I will put in lots of powders, etc. And I'll place that in the Holy Death's altar for a while. And then I'll deploy it at the foot of a tree, along with the photographs of the two face to face, joined together with some honey in there and love oils, etc. Face to face, of course, and a little petition, and that will all go into that little bag with a skeleton key. And I'll be using this little key whilst I'm working this spell as well. The skeleton key is the key that opens all doors, so that is why I'm using the skeleton key. That's also a very good key. Sorry, that's also a very good... Actually, I'll do a video on that. There's no point me saying this now. I'll do a video on it. It's to do with getting released from jail. But I'll speak about that in my next video. Anyway, so Dantalion, the seal of Dantalion, and I've anointed that with a few bits and pieces as well. Dantalion is very good at causing love and manipulating the thought process, a spirit from the Goesha, the letter key of Solomon. So again, in my opinion, you maybe need to work with these spirits a little bit before you jump into asking them for things. That's just my opinion, but each to their own. But Dantalion, like I said, subtly gets to the target. I think a lot of it's to do with the subconscious and stuff, and sneaks in there, and basically what I'm saying he will believe is his own, if you know what I mean. It's very, very hard to explain, but I will be turning the skull candle clockwise, and I will be saying, you think about her constantly, you realize she's only human and she made a mistake. you allow her back into your life, you must reconsider, and you will allow her back into your life. You realize she is the one for you. Also, with these skull candles, always anoint and pay attention to the eyes. For instance, say that the target only has eyes for the client, so the eyes is a big part of it. So I would always anoint the eyes with love oil as well. So only has eyes for you. You are emotionally and spiritually and physically at one with each other. It's only her and her alone, and I'm saying her name into myself. You will unblock her from your social media, and you will come around to the idea of being with her again. Okay, do you know what I mean? So I've done this for the client before, but and I'm also going to work on that heart a little bit by saying that your heart is now open to her, and she's in your heart, and you realize that you have a connection with her and her alone, and your heart wants her back. Just as I'm anointing little powders on that, I'm actually putting sugar on it. Your heart is sweetened towards her. So that is what I do. So I'm talking directly to him. I'm talking to his mind, and I'm talking to his heart. So the heart needs to be blessed as well in his name. The heart of John Doe. You are now the heart of John Doe. You are now the head of John Doe. That's how you would work that. And always, like I say, always use something, cigarette, cigar, incense, to basically conceal the work. Because this does show up in readings. If that person is inclined to get a reading done, it will show up that someone's working on him. So it's important that it's covered, So that is what I do. And I really do think that you should do that. So that's what I do in a clockwise fashion. And then when I'm done, I will say this key is the key to unlocking your heart and your mind. 1 second. This key will unlock the doors and allow you to walk. I'm talking to the client. Allow you to walk back into his life again without any closed doors. So that is basically, and that will all, like I said, that will all go into a bag at the very end with the remnants of this, and the little heart, and the pictures face to face. Always remember face to face, not back to back, face to face for love work. Stuck together with oil, a little bit of honey, tiny amount of honey. Fold thick pictures towards you, and you can bind them with pink or red yarn, that sort of thing, and put them in a little bag or a little jar, whatever you have at hand. And that is what I will be doing, and I'll continue doing this until this candle burns out. It's a big candle, so it'll take a while to burn out. And I like blue for the healing aspect, but if you only have white, go with white. If you only have, I don't know, pink, red, use those colors. It's color, it's just a color. So go with whatever you have. But I'm going to look at a few cards for this client. Just one moment. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, okay, so I think something is coming your direction soon. I think there's going to be some sort of communication, uh, or he may open communication, unblock you, kind of thing. I think that is coming. Uh, and I also think you have that past life bond. That is why I think things are difficult, because of the past life connection. Um, Sometimes, I keep saying this, sometimes that when we're connected to people from previous, incarnations, if there's I'm not sure if you see him as a twin flame kind of thing, but the twin flame soulmate connection sometimes can be difficult. And I think that could be what is the problem here. You're feeling it, he's in denial over it. Do you know what I mean? I've got communication and something that, again, a secret that will come out into the open regarding him. Something, I think this turn came up before regarding this guy. Something is going to come out regarding him. And I'm thinking it's going to be via social media or a letter or something like that. Again, it's showing me the card of friendship. So I think you really need to think along the lines of friendship, not relationship, because that is the key to getting into his life, and obtaining more. He needs to see that you have changed, and once you pull the brakes on everything, and I mean that, pulling the brakes on everything, no pushing towards a relationship, no jumping into sleeping together, because I have a feeling that you think sleeping together will make him love you, and no, that's not the way it works. I don't think that's how it works in this case. I think that you putting a friendship out there and accepting that as accept the friendship, work from the bottom up, and I think all these spells will change things, but you need to follow the protocol, and that's what it says. Friendship will bring happiness and will bring all that. So yeah, I'm gonna look at a few of these and then I'll check the answer deck for you. I just think it's very important, and I'm going to do a video on this. I'm not picking you out amongst other clients. I'm speaking really to everyone involved, everyone that gets work done. But I think I maybe need to make a separate video on this. But I will say it here anyway. That spell work has the potential to change a situation big time. It really, really can help immensely. The thing is, you need to work with the spell work, and that means no contact. I always say no contact with that person, no chasing that person, no going overboard and showing that you're, and I don't mean you to client, I'm not targeting you. Once you come across as being unhinged and stuff like that, you're going to scare that person away even more and drive that person towards someone else. So it's important when you be smart when you get spell work done. Be very, very smart, because that will serve you really well. Keep your distance. No pushing a relationship. No acting crazy and doing stuff that is freaky. Because that will really, 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 really scare that person, and you don't want this wedge between the two of you to be permanent. So I'm always saying keep your distance, and no calls, no texts. If the person calls you, texts you, that is fine. Reply, but do not initiate it whilst we're doing spell work. Do not chase that person, because you're jeopardizing all the spell work. You really are jeopardizing it. What's the point of paying for a spell only to end up, that's when things will backfire, when you don't listen to the instructions. And I'm speaking to everyone here, I just think it's very important, that you appear to be, a stable, normal person whilst this is all going on. If he says or she says that they don't want to be with you, you just step back and trust the process, okay? Because we don't need, when you start calling someone up after they said they don't want to be with you, up comes a brick wall, okay? If you start sending gifts, doing stuff like that, another wall, and a high wall at that. If you start just the usual stuff, calling non-stop, spreading rumours about the person, that sort of thing, getting to the person through a friend or whatever, another wall goes up. And these walls, it makes it extremely difficult for me to get around this. And then, you have people coming, I have people coming to me and they expect results within weeks, and yet you're doing this. Do you know what I mean? Yes, results can come through in weeks, even a month, month or 2 months. But if you're doing that, you are putting a spanner in the works. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, very, very important to pull yourself back whilst this process goes on, because there's no point otherwise. It really, 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 really is a process. So I think you really need to respect that. And if it was me and I was getting work done, but then again, I understand how things work. I would do as I'm told, especially if I'm going to be paying money to someone. I would do as I'm told. But anyway, I don't like to rant, and I'm not ranting at you, the client. I'm just giving information for everyone, if they're working with me, that kind of thing. And I will do a separate video on this because it needs to be touched upon. At the end of the day, if something isn't working out for you, it isn't my fault, and it won't lie with me. It lies with you. You need to truly work on yourself before you can expect things to change. These are oracle cards again. There's one popped out. Mask. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we could look at these. Let's see. Stabbed in the back is the first card. Okay. Heartbreak, pain, separation. So that's accurate. And then I've got addiction. So I don't know. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling. So again, it could be just a little nudge to tell you to pull back off him. And then we've got mirror. Mirroring each other, self-image. Relationships reflect over wounds. Introspection. Okay. And then I've got mask. And that says not showing true feelings, hiding, pretending, gaslighting. And then I've got hammer, and that says sabotage, interrogation, repetitive, persistent. Yeah. Again, a card of, I think that's telling you to pull back, really pull back off him, because I think change will come, the butterfly. So the warnings are there, Relationship evolution, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So in order to get to this, you must adhere to these cards, okay? And then we've got love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. A good card, But like I said, this story, don't go by the end card. You have to go to the cards building up to that end card and take heed of those cards building up to that end card. So again, it's like what I was saying, you know, pull right back off him. Because it's always going to be you chasing your tail. You know, you need to pull back. And I don't mean to be blunt or anything, but I just feel I would be doing you an injustice if I wasn't to tell you exactly what I believe these cards are saying, you know. Trying to shuffle these is awful. There's so many cards here. There's like 70 something cards. Yeah, they're really awkward to shuffle, but I have shuffled them prior to this, but I'm just giving them another little quick shuffle. Okay. Okay, just let me put these in some sort of order, because it's like I keep telling you, it's like telling a story. Okay. Okay. First card out is Dark-Haired Man. I think that might be him. You know, obviously it's a male figure, so I think that's him. And then we've got Confusion. So there's confusion on, I think, your part and his part. You know, I think he's confused as to why things went the way they did. And we've got loss. That's what you're going through at the moment. You're experiencing the loss of him out of your life and the feeling of frustration. But then I've got communication, so this is a plus. So I know things are very shut down at the minute, but I do think there's going to be, like I said earlier, some sort of communication. And then, now this card, Secrets, I think this has come up before. So I have a feeling that, like I keep saying to you, I think there's a third party involved in this situation, a female. And I think she's that power card. I think she's out to control him. But I really don't think he's that interested in her. No, you know, she's not even coming up here. But it's just basically secrets, and that just makes me think things are being done. I think she's trying to settle him, and I don't think it's working. I think he's got too much on his plate at the minute, and I don't think he's fully connected to her. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think so. I think he's just taking it easy in life, with no strings attached, you know. But regarding you, I've got faith. You need to have faith. And then the card of Friend is up again, so please take note of this, because this is important. There it comes again, Friend. So you must take things to friendship base before anything can move on to the next level. And if you do that, You'll get your new beginnings. You'll get your peace. And you'll get your love. It's quite simple, really. Please, please, please listen to the cards. The cards are your guidance. I can't emphasize this enough. These cards are direct messages from Spirit to you, telling you to do that. So please, please, let's just pull back off him and trust this process and see how things go. That was extremely optimistic. I'm pleased with how things look. We've got Dantalion there, and Dantalion I think is going to really help this situation. Dantalion is amazing, wonderful spirit at manipulating the thought process. So when Dantalion comes through for you, let's not mess things up, Let's just allow the process of being a friend to take place first, and then everything will happen after that, You just need to chill, and not try to control things, because things cannot be controlled, number one. Do you know what I mean? We have things in place at this side, and we've been guided towards this is what we need to do. So friendship, no pushing, respect yourself. I wouldn't go into that friends with benefits scenario. I would just take things really easy. Don't push for a sexual relationship either, like I said, either. Just have fun, get to know each other, that sort of thing. And then the next step, you're going to see a difference in him, a big difference, but he needs to see that side of you before this will happen. So I hope I've made myself clear. I know I've repeated myself a lot. It's just I have to. Do you know what I mean? I have to. I have your best interests at heart. I really do. And I don't mean to be harsh. That's not what I'm about. I'm not like that. But at the end of the day, I have to speak out when I'm being guided toward. Well, not guided, but told to speak out. These cards are telling me to speak out, and my gut instinct is pushing me towards this as well. So please, 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 let's back off him and let's allow the spirits in and let them do the job. And I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Okay? And it's houseofmagick@gmail.com. Thanks to all the new subscribers lately. I've had a few new subscribers, and I'm very, very pleased with that. And I've had a few interesting ones too. A few interesting messages left on the channel. I'm going to make a video about that, because a lot of you that watch the channel would be interested to know what you think of some of these messages. They're kind of funny to me, but I have a screenshot of them and stuff, so I think it'd be nice to do something a bit more lighthearted from time to time. And more information on the Goetic spirits. I think I should by now have the video of Andromelius up, and we'll be working. If someone left a comment in the comment section, and I will work with the spirit that was mentioned in the comment section, since someone was so nice to actually put it there. So that will be the next one I'll be doing a video on. I'll let you know later down the line, and I will speak to you all very soon. Take care, be blessed, and love one another.